Good morning students, welcome to day 13. In previous class, we started the portion that is transcription, and we also discussed the definition of transcription and also discussed which strand will act as template, which one will act as coding strand. That is, we discussed the words like promoter, structural gene and terminator point like that. Promoter is the site where RNA polymerase binds and start transcription, that is synthesis of mRNA, and then structural gene is the center part, and the third part that is of transcription unit is terminator point where transcription stops. Okay. Up to that we yesterday discussed that is theoretically. Okay. Now after that our next heading, okay, for today's class is that is types of RNA and the process of transcription. Actually the process of transcription, how it occurs, okay, that we are going to learn today. Okay. In yesterday class we also discussed the type of genes. In eukaryotic genes we saw that is split genes, and in prokaryotes we discussed that unsplit genes are present. What is split gene in eukaryote? That is the gene which contains both coding and non-coding sequences. Coding, that is exon part, intron, that is non-coding part. But whereas in prokaryotes there are only exons continuously joined to each other, which are completely coding, and that is due to this split and unsplit nature. So the eukaryotic genes are considered as monocistronic genes, and prokaryotic genes are considered as polycistronic genes. Monocistronic genes which code for only one type of polypeptide chain, polycistronic gene that is in prokaryote which code for many polypeptide genes, that we saw yesterday. So today class, the next heading given in your NCERT, types of RNA and process of transcription. Okay, we saw this introduction part, we will study it now in detail. Okay. Coming to this one, types of RNA, very important. You know already we have two types of nucleic acids, DNA and RNA. Up to now we varied in detail, we studied that is DNA structure, all these things, process of DNA replication. Today we are studying the RNA and its types. RNA is not our genetic material, you know already. RNA, it is the just a type of nucleic acid, and it is genetic material in viruses only. Okay. The predominant genetic material is DNA, means most of the organisms contains DNA as genetic material. Even though RNA is not our genetic material, but it is found in our cells, it is present in our body. Okay. But from the topic RNA world, we also learned that RNA is the first genetic material. Okay. RNA is the first genetic material, but now it is genetic very found very rare as a genetic material in viruses only, and predominant are the most of the organisms contain the genetic material as DNA only, that is predominant genetic material is DNA, but first RNA genetic material in the living system on the earth is RNA. Now RNA being more reactive, it is less stable. You know why it is more reactive? That is it's due to its second OH group, which is functional again, it is reactive, and by its modification our DNA is formed. RNA not only acts as genetic material, it acts as catalyst also, and due to its catalytic nature, okay, it is having that ability, or it is possible to convert into any other forms, any other molecules suddenly, that it due to its highly reactive nature, it converts into other form, and like that only DNA is nothing but modified form of RNA. RNA modified into DNA due to its reactive nature. Okay. So by the two things, that is RNA has the catalytic nature also and genetic material property also. So it is considered as the first genetic material. Today we assume that first genetic material is RNA, but now DNA is the predominant. Coming to types of RNA. First learn RNA full form. You know already ribonucleic acid or ribose nucleic acid. Already that is both are the nucleic acids made up of that is ribose sugar, phosphate group and nitrogen base. Of course ribonucleic acid. In DNA we wrote deoxyribose because oxygen from the second carbon is removed, that is D means removal. Here oxygen is present at the second carbon. Simply I explain here. This is our ribose sugar. At this side adenine, that is nitrogen base, guanine will be there. At this point, that is second carbon. This is first, second, third, fourth. Outside the ring is fifth carbon. This is third. Now here it is OH in DNA also and RNA also. What is extra here? OH group at the second position. This is the first difference. That is the difference first from DNA. That is OH group. Okay. After that, ribonucleic acid. This is again made up of sugar, the ribose sugar, plus phosphate. That is chemistry of RNA I am discussing. Okay, what it is composed of. And next also that is nitrogen bases. Now coming to nitrogen bases of RNA, you know already very well. Made up of purine and pyrimidine. In purine, in RNA, what are the purines? Adenine, guanine. Here it is a change. What are the pyrimidines in RNA? In DNA it was thymine and cytosine. Here it is cytosine is there. Instead of thymine, here is uracil. We discussed this also during the difference between DNA and RNA part. Okay. Now, ribonucleic acid. Another difference. It is single stranded. Important difference. Our DNA was double stranded, and this is single stranded. Now again it is a made up of what? Single stranded. Again polynucleotide strand. Polynucleotide strands. Here the nucleotides are arranged in only single strand manner like this. Here there is no opposite strand in the reverse form which we saw in DNA. There is no in RNA. Okay. So it is like only this one, that is adenine, and this is, so for example, guanine. Here it will be phosphate, here it will be phosphate, and main difference between here is OH, here also, here also. So this is single stranded polynucleotide strand. Single stranded polynucleotide strand, and of course all the things are same. Phosphate, negative charge, nitrogen base. In the nitrogen base, uracil is different. In the sugar, what is difference here? That is C5H10, C5H10O5. Here total 5 oxygens. What was about DNA? C5H10O4, because one oxygen was less there. Okay, that is at the second carbon. So this is about the basic introduction or difference between the DNA and RNA. After this, we will discuss types of RNA. You know already types of DNA, A, B, C, D, and then finally it's headed like that. Here types are there. Basically RNA is not our genetic material but found in the cell. So what is its importance? Let us study. Coming to types of RNA, I will write here in short. Types of RNA, basically first type is rRNA, second type that is tRNA, and third is mRNA. Okay, mRNA. These are the three basic types of RNA. Okay, this is ribosomal RNA, transfer RNA, T for transfer, M for messenger RNA, which we are going to study in detail. That is formation of RNA from DNA is called transcription. Which RNA we are studying in detail? mRNA. Actually all RNA, all type RNA are synthesized by DNA only. Okay, but here during the transcription process we are concentrating more on mRNA. All types of RNA produced by DNA only. Okay, that's it. Now ribosomal RNA, tRNA, mRNA. Okay. Now mRNA is nothing but messenger RNA. M for messenger. This is transfer. Why the name is given transfer? It transfers amino acid during the protein synthesis. Okay, we will study soon. After formation of mRNA from nucleus comes into cytoplasm. mRNA synthesis takes place in DNA, means DNA is present in nucleus, and protein synthesis takes place in cytoplasm. So from the inside the nucleus, DNA producing RNA, that RNA produced inside the nucleus through the nuclear pore enters into cytoplasm, and in cytoplasm at the ribosomal site protein synthesis takes place. That we call translation. Okay, that we see. So during that time, to form protein we require amino acid. This RNA brings amino acids, transfers amino acids, hence it is called transfer RNA. This is ribosomal RNA. Why ribosomal? That is, it is the structural part of ribosomes. What are ribosomes? Ribosome plus RNA plus protein forms ribosome. That is, ribosome what it is made up of? RNA plus protein. So this RNA combine with protein and form ribosome, and hence it is called ribosomal RNA. Now coming to a brief difference between rRNA, mRNA, tRNA. Okay, very important point for entrance point of view. They ask occurrence in whole cell. Percentage of RNA is asked many times. That is, out of the 3 types of RNA, which is the abundant one, which is in maximum amount in our cell, that is rRNA. Ribosomal RNA is found in large quantity in the cells, because that is, amount of ribosome is more. If the amount of ribosome is more, amount of this RNA is also, rRNA is also more. That is 80%. It is the maximum in our cell. Minimum is mRNA. Minimum is mRNA, which is basically required for protein synthesis. Okay, mRNA is minimum, rRNA found maximum in cell, and 15 to 20% portion of tRNA is found in our cell. So this is minimum and maximum you have to keep in mind for the entrance exams. After that, coming to size. Okay. When proportion you consider, it will be the largest one. Actually, rRNA is, according to proportion, it will be the largest one. So size, when you consider particular given ribosome, it will be medium. Okay, you can write here again largest RNA out of the 3 RNAs. It is the largest one. But the size, proportion is largest, size is medium. Coming to mRNA, it is longest one. Longest means like this. mRNA synthesized from DNA, it is longest, that is having 5 to 3 prime, longest one. Okay, and then coming to tRNA, it is important, smallest type of RNA. Which is the smallest type of RNA? tRNA. That is again longest is mRNA, largest ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದಾಗ that is rRNA. Longest ಒಳಗೆ ಇದು ಬರುತ್ತೆ. Okay, next, now coming to ಯಾವ ಸೈಜ್ ಎಷ್ಟೈತಿ ಆ ಬೇಸಿಸ್ ಮ್ಯಾಗ ಅದು ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ವೇಟ್ ಡಿಪೆಂಡ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. Okay, like the same here, molecular weight of ribosomal RNA is medium, and when it is longest, its molecular weight is maximum, and molecular weight of tRNA is minimum. Okay, just molecular weight. It may not ask in exam, but keep it in mind. Now, synthesis. rRNA is synthesized in nucleus only. That is in nucleolus. You know already the structure of cell. This is nucleus. Sorry, this is cell. And for example, this is our nucleus. Okay, here are the organelles, all these things. Now this is nucleus having nuclear core, which is double membrane nucleus of eukaryotic cell. Here again in the nucleus there is a dark spot without any membrane. Okay, nucleolus. This part is called nucleolus, which is not having any membrane. Nucleolus. So in this nucleolus only what is synthesized? rRNA. It is synthesized. Means rRNA synthesis site is nucleolus. Inside the nucleus there is a dark membraneless spot, nucleolus. This is produced in nucleoplasm. What is nucleoplasm? This part. The fluid present inside the nuclear membrane. Not this dark part. This is the spot, nucleolus. This nucleoplasm, here the another two types of RNA are produced. That is mRNA, tRNA. Both are the site of synthesis, but produced by DNA only. Next, coming to, that is alternate name of these 3 RNAs. we already mentioned here. Okay, there is no any particular alternate name for this one, ribosomal. But listen, mRNA also known as informational RNA. What is that? Informational RNA or template RNA. Informational or template. Why informational? Because it is bringing information from DNA into the cytoplasm, and that mRNA later converted into what? Protein, and hence it is bringing information or message from what? DNA. Hence it is called informational or also known as template. Why template? When this here mRNA enters into cytoplasm for protein synthesis or translation, ribosome, when it attaches to the ribosome, okay, when it attaches to the ribosome, now this will act as template, and according to this only amino acids are going to join here by tRNA. tRNA will be here. Amino acids are coming from this side. Amino acids are. So depending upon the information given here, that is in the genetic code form, we will learn it. So it will act as template. Hence another name is template RNA. Now tRNA, another name adapter, because what is doing here tRNA? According to the genetic code present on the mRNA, respective to this only, it is selecting the amino acid from the cytoplasm, and that amino acid one by one here get in the chain form, that is called polypeptide chain. It means it is adapting the amino acid, okay, by reading the code from mRNA, okay, like that. So here it is called adapter RNA. It is also called soluble RNA. Important point this one, soluble RNA. Why it is called soluble RNA? tRNA also called soluble RNA because it is soluble in 1 NaCl solution. 1 m, that is molar NaCl solution. That is the only reason. The question may be asked, which RNA is considered as soluble RNA? That is, formerly it was known as soluble RNA. Later the name given is, it is our separate heading again in the chapter, okay. Adapter RNA, that is tRNA, structure also is there in detail. So that is also known as adapter RNA and soluble RNA. Next, coming to functions of these respective RNAs. You know already rRNA is the structural part of ribosome, okay. And again ribosome is what? Protein factory. Protein factory, because at the ribosome only, I drawn here earlier, ribosome, at the site of ribosome only, protein is going to synthesize by mRNA, all these things, okay. So it is a protein factory or protein machine. Function of ribosome, that is structural unit of ribosome, and ribosome function here is protein factory. So function of mRNA, code for polypeptide chain, according to the information present on mRNA in the basis form, okay. On that basis only nucleotide, that is polypeptide chain is going to form, amino acid chain is going to form, that is it carries information, okay. So function, code for polypeptide chain, okay, that is inside the cytoplasm. Now here it binds with, I told here only, it binds with amino acid during protein synthesis. It binds with amino acid during protein synthesis. How it binds? That is by reading genetic code from mRNA. Just I told here simple structure. This is for example ribosome. This is mRNA. So whatever genetic code is present on mRNA, these are nothing but genetic code basis. This tRNA, by reading here, it brings amino acid. That is, so it binds with amino acid here during protein synthesis. How it is going to bind? That is by reading genetic code from mRNA. It means on one hand it is reading the genetic code from mRNA, and on other hand it is selecting the respective amino acid from cytoplasm. Okay, it will be discussed in detail in the soon further classes. Next, coming to types. Now again these are types of RNA. Now coming to their particular type again. So rRNA are of different type. It is again for your, that is detailed knowledge for the entrance. Okay. So these are again basic differences. You have to read at least this portion. Right? Then this is extra. 4 to 5 types are there. that is 23 years, 28 years, 18 years. This is again in your NCERT also. Okay, 5.8s, 5s. Okay, here S stands for Swedberg constant. Here Swedberg constant nothing but density, okay, or heaviness of that RNA molecule. S for Swedberg constant. It is 23 years, 28 years, 18 years, 5.8 years, and 5 years. S for Swedberg constant. Again, in book also given that is 16 years RNA also, 16 years RNA. Okay, like that. Now coming to types of that is mRNA. 1 minute. Types of mRNA it is actually many types. Many types you can write, because to produce one type of protein, one type of RNA is produced by DNA. Sorry, that is one type of mRNA equal to, or it produces only one type of protein. One type of protein. This is protein word. Okay. Now one mRNA can code for a particular type of protein only. Hence, that is whatever the types of protein in our body, that much of types of RNA, mRNA are there. That is many types. Coming to tRNA, in our body, that is more than 60 tRNA are present. But during the protein synthesis, we must require 20 tRNAs. 20 tRNAs, because to form a protein chain, you studied already in the biomolecule chapter first year, that is to form a protein molecule, that is 20 amino acids are required. So for those 20 amino acids, each amino acid is carried by a particular tRNA. It means minimum 20 amino acids are required for translation, means protein synthesis. That is more than 60, but minimum required is 20. Okay. So these are the basic differences of types of RNA. Okay. After types of RNA, we are going to study this process of transcription. Before moving to transcription, some different types of RNA are there. I will mention again. I will write it here. Okay. Just apart from these three, RNA again are of different type. When RNA acts as genetic material, what is that? When RNA acts as genetic material, it is called genetic or genomic RNA. These are the basic three types. But again, different types are there. Genetic, when RNA acts as genetic material, you know already it acts as genetic material in viruses. Okay, so when it acts as genetic material, it is called genetic or genomic RNA. Okay, another name, that is snRNA. This is mentioned in NCERT. Please concentrate. SN is nothing but small nuclear RNA. Okay, another type scRNA. That is small cytoplasmic RNA. Small cytoplasmic RNA. So apart from these three, again these are the three types of RNA. Okay. So coming to our main process, that is a transcription. Yesterday we discussed the definition. Also we studied that is copying of genetic information from one strand of DNA into RNA is called transcription. Simple definition you can write also. Synthesis of RNA on DNA. From the DNA only, RNA is going to form. Synthesis of RNA on DNA template. That is parental strand. Which strand here? Which RNA we are studying here? Synthesis of which RNA? mRNA. Okay, mRNA. Now translation. Okay, this is again our further topic, but just have the definition. Now whatever the mRNA produced by DNA, you know, mRNA produced by this DNA, this mRNA produced in nucleus, okay, and then it comes out of the nucleus through the nuclear pore into cytoplasm. In the cytoplasm, this process takes place. What is translation? You know translation already, Kannada to Hindi, Hindi to English, English to Marathi, like that. That is translation. Okay. So from the mRNA form it changes to protein. Protein. That is translation. Synthesis of protein from mRNA. mRNA converted into protein. That is translation. This takes place in cytoplasm. Okay. So first we listen this transcription. Okay. Yesterday I told you that is during transcription only one strand of DNA acts as template. Only one strand of DNA acts as template, and also in that one strand one segment of DNA acts as template. Okay, which is that segment? That segment we call transcription unit. Transcription unit have three parts, which is that one promoter and structural gene and that is terminator. Okay, where the promoter is going to be recognized by enzyme RNA polymerase, that is at the particular site where a sequence is present. Which sequence? That is Tata box, Prigno box in prokaryotes and Hogney's box in eukaryotes. I told you all these things. Now question comes here, why both the strands will not act as template? Why both strands will not act as template? One simple thing here, these are the two strands of DNA. Okay, now suppose this is ATGC, and again opposite to this one, ಇದು complementary base pair ಏನು ಬರ್ತವೆ? A, that is T ಇದ್ದು A ಬರ್ತದ, then G ಇದ್ದು C ಇದ್ದು G, like the same here it is repeating. Okay, TACG. Now suppose this is having 3 to 5 prime polarity, which will act as template, and this is 5 to 3 prime. Now in normal case only one is acting as template. It means it is producing the mRNA. You know already, in mRNA there is no T complementary to A. It will be U, and here it is A, C and G, and again U, A, C, G. Only one strand is acting as template, and our mRNA is formed here. That is process of transcription. Suppose this strand also act as template, what happens? It will produce its mRNA. Now T in RNA it will be A. Okay, that is complementary. Again A opposite, instead of T RNA will have uracil. Okay, again here G, C, it will again A, U, C, G. Now this one mRNA formed, this one mRNA formed. Okay, now what happens here? These two mRNA, they are complementary to each other, isn't it? Uracil and adenine, and then that is adenine, uracil, guanine, cytosine, guanine, cytosine. So there are chances of complementary pairing. There are chances of what? Complementary pairing. And after pairing this one, this mRNA will get which type RNA? Double stranded. And when the RNA becomes double stranded, protein synthesis is not possible. That is translation mundogi agodilla. This is one reason. Another reason, a single DNA is producing how many type of RNA here? 2 types of RNA. And these 2 types of RNA will code for different type of protein, because this UAC code for different amino acid and this AUG code for different amino acids. So from a single DNA, 2 types of genetic information pass to the generation, and hence that is the reason only one strand will act as template. So this is again important when in NCERT, why both strands will not act as template. Simple reason, when both act as template, one DNA gives 2 types of information, and during that 2 mRNA formed, both the mRNA complementary, due to complementarity they pair with each other and form double stranded mRNA, and when there is formation of double stranded mRNA, there is no translation, means protein form agodilla. Hence only one strand will act as template. Okay. Now coming to transcription in prokaryotes. In your NCERT it is separately mentioned in the heading. Transcription in prokaryotes and transcription in eukaryotes. What is the difference? We will see. First, transcription in prokaryote. That is nothing but E. coli, that is bacteria. Escherichia coli bacteria. Prokaryote. Okay. In prokaryote, actually what happens? Which is the main enzyme here? Core enzyme, which we discussed yesterday. Enzyme is RNA polymerase. In prokaryotes, a single enzyme produces all the three types of RNA. All the three types. Which are the three types? These are three types. That is rRNA, mRNA, tRNA. All the three types of RNA produced by a single enzyme, RNA polymerase. Now, RNA polymerase is DNA dependent RNA polymerase. Remember, it synthesizes RNA with the help of what? According to the DNA template strand. That is from the getting order from the DNA. Hence, it is called DNA dependent, template dependent, like that. So, three types of RNA produced by a single RNA polymerase enzyme in prokaryotes. Now, how it starts? First, you know here already the diagram given in book also. This is again important diagram for 2 marks. Yesterday, which we already discussed. At this point, that is 3 to 5 prime end, and this is 5 to 3 prime end. The strand which have polarity of 3 to 5 prime will act as template. What is that reason? Because this RNA polymerase will synthesize RNA in which direction? 5 to 3. For example, here it is RNA synthesizer. Now this is another strand, opposite coding strand, which we named yesterday. During transcription, this coding strand is displaced, means at a distance. It is move away during the transcription. Now this mRNA produced by this RNA polymerase in 5 to 3 prime direction. So when RNA polymerase synthesizes in 5 to 3 prime direction, the template must be in 3 to 5 direction. Now which segment? This is one strand again, and which segment? The segment. Now I will rub this temporarily. That is one. Now this is our what? Template strand, and this is our promoter site. Which is that promoter site in prokaryote? Prignobox, 6 sequence TA at data at like that. There is no space, remember. Okay. Now, and at this point where the transcription stops, we call it as terminator. So this diagram is again for 2 marks in your theory part, and this is the point where what? Transcription starts. This strand we call template. Yesterday I told you also called master strand or antisense strand. Now this strand is called coding strand. Okay. Even though it is not coding for anything, it is strange. It is named as coding, also known as sense strand. Now the two terminologies you know here: upstream, downstream. Okay. What is that upstream? During giving the introduction of transcription unit, we are describing the things with respect to coding strand. That is, promoter region comes at the 5th prime end of coding region entry. Upstream means this side. Okay, and terminator side comes at the this 3 prime end of coding strand. That is means downstream. This is the terminator where the transcription stop. Like. So coming to process now. Okay. Here what happens? The enzyme RNA polymerase uses, very important. Remember, DNA is a nucleotide chain only. Again, RNA is a nucleotide chain. So what are the nucleotides of RNA? Yes, that is adenosine monophosphate. Okay, actually monophosphate. But here there is a chain formation, means activation of nucleotide must be there. You know already DNA replication होता during the time of that is DNA replication, nucleotides were activated. Okay, that is monophosphate in the triphosphate or convert ಮಾಡಿರ್ತೀವಿ. Like the same here, adenosine monophosphate ಇದ್ದಿದ್ದು adenosine triphosphate ಆಗ್ತದೆ. So that is adenosine triphosphate means again two phosphate are extra added, and that is guanosine triphosphate, again cytidine triphosphate, and that is uridine. Here uridine, not thymidine, triphosphate. This is the thing here. Now you can call it short. These are nothing but that is nucleoside triphosphates. So RNA polymerase uses NCERT what is line stage, that is polymerase uses nucleoside triphosphate. What are the nucleotides or nucleosides of RNA? I told you during the second class only. Adenosine, that is adenosine means sugar plus nitrogen base, then when you add phosphate it will be nucleotide. So nucleoside means sugar plus base and added what? Phosphate. So these are the particular ones. So one by one idanna use ಮಾಡಿ chain formation ಮಾಡ್ತದೆ. Now how it is going to act here, just by presenting the NCERT diagram I am going to explain here. Just have it. Suppose this is our DNA having 3' and 5' polarity like this, and suppose this is our promoter site, this site, promoter site, okay, and this is our terminator site. This process is called initiation. Okay, now what happens here? Initiation. At the initiator site, which enzyme comes? That is our RNA polymerase. Now I told you during transcription two strands get separate, and that is one will be displaced like this. Now this will be like this structure. Okay, now it is acting as template. This is having polarity 3 to 5 like that, and it will act as coding. This is actual DNA structure. Okay, now here which enzyme is joined? RNA polymerase. Which point? At promoter point. It is going to stop here because it is a terminator point. Now just what is this? Initiation. Coming to elongation. Transcription completes in 3 steps: initiation, elongation, termination. Elongation what here aatu nodri. Now this DNA which is separated like this, here when it moves on the DNA, for example now RNA polymerase is moved from here to here, it is producing this mRNA according to what? The bases present on this template. Okay, now this mRNA is forming here, synthesis of mRNA, polymerization process is taking place. The nucleotides are added from the which process? That is from nucleoplasm only by this enzyme. Okay, now when it reaches this area, what happens here? For example, in the terminator site, this enzyme which is reached to terminator part, back to this what is synthesized? A long mRNA, which have polarity 5 to 3. Remember why? Template is 3 to 5, isn't it? So RNA polymerase synthesizes in 5 to 3 polarity direction. When it comes to terminator point, this enzyme as well as this mRNA fall off from this DNA strand. Fall off in the sense, normally we can draw like this. Here I will draw. For example, this is our termination point. This is termination. When this this RNA polymerase enzyme reaches this part, it will fall off, means it will leave the DNA, and at the same time what is going to leave? That is our mRNA. Now remember, this mRNA have complementary bases produced depending upon what? This. It means information from this template strand copied on this mRNA. This is important step here. Remember the point. Information from this DNA template strand is copied on this mRNA. Now this process is we call transcription. What is definition? Synthesis of RNA, that is mRNA, from DNA template. Isn't it? Now listen. Now this mRNA is called nascent. The term used in NCERT is nascent, means newly evolved, newly produced. That is nascent mRNA, and this enzyme separate, fall off from, and these two strands again get recoiled. Okay. Now listen. Here RNA polymerase itself will not perform all the three activities. Very important point. RNA polymerase itself will not perform which activity? All the three: initiation, elongation, termination. I will write here initiation of transcription is performed by, that is, enzyme RNA polymerase with the help of a factor called initiation factor, that is sigma factor. Important point: to start or to initiate a transcription, RNA polymerase attach to sigma factor, then only here initiation starts. I will mention here, you can observe the diagram in NCERT also, clear labeling is given. This is blue color is nothing but our sigma factor. It means by combining this RNA polymerase plus sigma factor, what is going to happen? Initiation of transcription. Okay, and then coming after just initiation, RNA polymerase itself, what it does? Elongation is performed by its own. Very important. Only elongation is performed by RNA polymerase. Means elongation means from promoter to terminator. This mRNA, this RNA polymerase reaches up to this terminator part and RNA synthesis. Now when it reaches to terminator part, again termination activity is performed by RNA polymerase plus another factor called Rho factor. These are important. Rho factors are nothing but again proteins. Okay. Now this is sigma factor, this is Rho factor. Okay. Sigma and this is Rho factor. So initiation is done with the help of RNA polymerase plus sigma, combination of two. After that, sigma moves away after initiation, and elongation is done by itself, that is the RNA polymerase. RNA polymerase single ಆಗಿ synthesis ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, elongation process ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. Coming to third step ಒಳಗ again RNA polymerase ಯಾರು ತಗೋತಾ ಇದೆ? Rho factor. When Rho factor reaches here, this after reaching the Rho factor to this RNA polymerase, both the enzyme and this mRNA fall. And here completes the process of what? Transcription. So like this, our process of transcription is going to occur in the nucleus. Now this mRNA is actually mRNA. Another point, prokaryotic mRNA is actually already active. What is already active? Remember, prokaryotic genes are split or unsplit. That is, they are unsplit genes. Unsplit genes means, yesterday I explained like this, that is dark part, light part, like that. So today easily we can understand again like this. Suppose DNA is this one, This is our DNA, this is exon, this is intron, this is exon, this is intron. This type of DNA is seen in eukaryotes only because it is called split gene. Because introns are non-coding, this is non-coding part. Introns, this is coding part. So these genes are called split genes, which are found in eukaryotes only. But in case of prokaryotes, which type of gene we have? We have that is unsplit genes, means all the DNA made up of only exons, means all the part is coding part, and hence this RNA produced in transcription process is not required or needed to undergo any process, that is removal of introns, all these things in process is necessary illa, and hence this RNA is already active, and then due to its already active nature, it then enters into cytoplasm and there starts translation. That is, translation is formation of protein. Sometimes what happens, since in prokaryotes there is no separation of cytoplasm and nucleoplasm, because you know prokaryotic cell andre yav ತರ ಇರುತ್ತದೆ, there is no barrier between nucleus and cytoplasm. So the DNA which is producing the mRNA ಇನ್ನು ಈ ಕಡೆ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಕ್ರಿಪ್ಷನ್ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ನೋ ಆಗಿದಿರಲ್ಲ. ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್, here mRNA is synthesized by this RNA polymerase from the DNA. Suppose this DNA ಈ ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ normally ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ ನಾನು. From this cytoplasm site, what happens? Ribosomes captures to this RNA, that is mRNA, and starts which process? Translation. Remember, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ನೋಡಿ, ಇನ್ನು ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಕ್ರಿಪ್ಷನ್ ಮುಗಿದಿಲ್ಲ. ಓಕೆ, ಬಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಲೇಷನ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಏನ್ರಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ there is no barrier between this area and this area in prokaryotes. Cytosol ಅಥವಾ cytoplasm and nucleoplasm ಮಧ್ಯದಾಗ ಬೌಂಡರೀಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಕ್ರಿಪ್ಷನ್ ಈ ಕಡೆ ನಡೀತಾ ಇರ್ತದೆ, ಅಂಡ್ ಅದೇ ಟೈಮಿಗೆ ಏನಾಗ್ತದೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಲೇಷನ್ ಕೂಡ ನಡೀತಾ ಇರ್ತದೆ. ಸೊ ಡ್ಯೂ ಟು ದಿಸ್ such a reaction is called coupled reaction. Coupled reaction, very important. Coupled reaction only possible in prokaryotes, and this RNA is already ready because this gene is which unsplit gene. So transcription, consequently transcription and translation occur at the same time. Such a process is called coupled reaction. Okay, so this is total about transcription in prokaryotes, that is in E. coli. So revise the things, or please observe or watch this class very carefully. It is very important, and after this formation it will produce the protein, that is process we call translation. So in the next class we will study transcription in eukaryotes separately. Again, few new things are there. Okay, so till then read this very well, and it will be very easy to understand the transcription in eukaryote. Okay, a slight difference is there that we will see. Till then, read well. Thank you.